the Promote Smart Decarceration Grand Challenge is part of an initiative of it started with the American Academy for Social Work and Social Welfare. And they essentially wanted to identify what were our grand social challenges that the profession was well positioned to address. So, some of our deep seated social problems in the United States. And the Academy selected, based on various concept papers that were submitted, they selected 12 grand challenges to organize the profession around. And these grand challenges needed to be a topic that was pervasive, but also retractable, or otherwise it could be intervened upon to where it would not be continue to be a pressing social challenge, particularly if evidence-based innovations were adopted. And so the Promote Smart Decarceration Challenge was one of those challenges that was accepted. Myself and Dr. Matthew Epperson at the University of Chicago set forth the concepts in that paper. And we really indicated that smart decarceration is decarceration efforts that substantially reduce the size of our criminal justice system. It's approaches that result and promote in result in racial equity and reducing racial disparities, as well as socioeconomic and behavioral health disparities, and also one that results in the promotion of public health and public well-being. And so those were kind of the principles of Promote Smart Decarceration, and we proposed that you could not have one without having all three. So our policy recommendations at the time were very broad. We've submitted or published multiple papers that get quite specific, but the broad ones were really to look at policies that only use incarceration for the incapacitation of the most dangerous individuals. And that a second policy recommendation is that we make the reduction of disparities a key outcome in any type of reform efforts. So we're not only looking at the specific characteristics of the reform, but whether the reform also reduces racial, socioeconomic, and behavioral health disparities. We also recommended that the massive network, the 45,000 public policies that restrict people's participation in society, we recommended that those civic and legal exclusions be removed in most cases. And that our fourth policy recommendation was that there be a reallocation of some of our correctional and public safety resources to the prevention of people coming into contact with our criminal justice system, so as to help reduce the need for having that system altogether, and also to reduce our over-reliance on incarceration as a response to public health issues or even public safety issues.